All right. I don't think I was gonna normally do like an introduction, but I mean, I think like it was just gonna be start the conversation, blah blah blah. But
Oh.
I think just because it's been so long, like, uh, guys, I want to introduce a really good friend of mine I've known for quite a long time in the music industry and here in West Michigan, and it's such an honor to be able to sit here and be able to talk with him. My very good friend, DJ Adam Ortiz. Adam, how the hell are you, bro?
I've been doing really well.
Dude, it's just fantastic to see you, man.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
You were able to meet my girlfriend earlier.
Yes.
And dude, it's almost surreal to see you just in person, like, because I've been watching your streams and you're doing a lot of music on there.
Yeah.
And it's awesome to watch, just both visually, but then to be able to see how you work behind the decks as well has been really impressive.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
What got you really into Twitch? Like, I mean, I know you were a video gamer. We're both nerds, but I mean, like, what most people have that anxiety about streaming, right?
I did. Oh yeah. Oh,
right.
for sure.
So what was your cliff dive? Like, what made you finally jump?
So during the pandemic, I picked up another DJ controller and like just started mixing at home, but my friends wanted to listen in too. So I started like streaming it through Discord and whatever, just for like my friends. And then eventually when I moved into a house, I got a couple cameras and whatever set up, and
just like your C920s or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. And then whenever we'd have parties over there, we streamed it to whoever couldn't make it. And then other people started just checking out the channel randomly, and then organically grew to something that grew to what it is now.
Hell yeah. And I mean, you're getting close to 1,000 followers. And I mean, you just started in the pandemic?
Yeah. Yep. I think 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how quickly did you get affiliate on Twitch?
Within probably like 6 months, I think.
Dude, yeah, that's fantastic, man. To be able to monetize that is
wasn't
really
a lot.
nice.
I mean, it's still not a lot, but
I mean, but it's one of those
I don't really
things.
do it for the money anyway. So
no, well, like it should definitely be for the love of music, especially when you're doing it from such a intimate space as your own home.
Right.
You know, I mean, you're letting essentially the world in, and to be able to check out your perspective.
Yeah, and yeah. I get a lot of cool people that come over and play too. Like my channel is like, I'd say probably like 70% not even me. I just like have guest DJs come over and play, or like my roommate is DJ also, so he plays, and just anybody who comes over, if they want to play music, like plug in, let's get it.
Dude,
yeah,
that's awesome.
So yeah, that's kind of a little bit different than pretty much any other DJ stream that I've watched. It's usually just like one guy or girl, like
typically
a channel, and maybe they'll have like a friend over here and there, but that's like the majority of what my shit is. It's like, we'll stream when you come over, and other than that, I'm playing off stream. So
absolutely. Like, I mean, and I know music has been super massive in your life. And I think we were talking earlier off camera about some of the careers that you have in your life, and I mean, we don't need to divulge any specifics, but I mean, it seems like the way you were talking, you're really centralizing all of your stuff towards a music career down the road. How are you pursuing that currently, while still staying a little mysterious about it, if you will?
Yeah, so what do I want to say here?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Like, I got the insider info.
Okay, so I started producing music recently. I had taken a shot at it years back, but I always just hated what I produced. By the time I was done with it, I was sick of it.
The self-critic.
Like, I don't even want to play this. So like, get a track done and then you just throw it away. I was so sick of it by then. I was like, nobody else is gonna like this.
Right.
Whatever. And then I just picked it back up within the last year. Took some like a 4-hour lesson from my buddy, who very talented, Jamie Daniels, shout out.
Nice.
And then I just started putting like 20 hours a week into producing, like since in my free time, just trying to figure it all out. And I like I said, for like the streaming, the music production, it's really just all for fun. I'm not really trying to do anything with it.
Yeah.
And if something does happen from it, it's gonna be just out of luck and the people I know, I think. So, yeah. I'm hoping to release at least 1 or 2 EPs next year. So
nice. Yeah. And you have a pretty good backlog right now that you're sitting on to be able to release those.
Yeah, they're not all done. I think I have 6 tracks done now.
Okay. Mastered as well, or just raw files?
Mastered, yeah. But
nice.
Then I have probably like 8 more projects that I think are worthy of finishing that I need to put some more time into. But
hell yeah. Now, I know you just released a new track on your SoundCloud as well. How is, I mean, I know you've got a pretty good following on your Facebook pages and things like that. How's the distribution? I mean, as far as getting the plays on SoundCloud, how's that going? What's the
getting a lot of good feedback from it.
Yeah.
I don't really even know how many listens it has right now.
And I know you don't really care either. It's just more of
I wonder for me really. It's kind of a selfish thing, but I mean in a way, but I don't know. I guess I do share it. So
you do.
But yeah, no, I've sent it to a couple friends of mine who have record labels, and there's talks of maybe that there will be an EP with that on it, and will be probably, like a sneak peek of what's to come. Basically.
Like your own EP or like a compilation from the label?
I like my own.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a couple people doing remixes of that latest track, Marx Brothers.
Yo.
So that'll be included as well.
Okay. And that the Marx Brothers are confirmed for that remix then?
Yes. Yeah,
that's fucking fantastic, dude.
The track is called Marx Brothers.
Right. Who do you have for your remixing?
It's going to be Antonio Lombardo.
Okay.
And I think maybe Jay Skitz might do one as well.
Okay.
I haven't asked him yet, but I'm sure he would.
Oh, dude. Yeah, he'd probably do it at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
Well, and for the audience who doesn't know, Jay Skitz has always been your back-to-back brother behind the tables for so long.
I actually learned from him, learned how to DJ from Jay Skitz way back in the day, like 2007, 2008, something like that, when I first met him. Yeah. And yeah, that's how I learned how to mix on turntables way back in the day.
Okay, so he was on vinyl then.
Yeah, I would just play their stuff. I didn't have a collection of my own back then because I was just starting, but they'd show me how it worked and all that, and
for beat matching yeah. That's excellent, man.
Yeah.
So speaking of vinyl, like, are you a collector?
I am now.
Okay. Oh, you are now. Yeah, because of said events. I just bought a turntable recently because there's so much good minimal music. Actually, there's so much good all kinds of music that's vinyl only. Yeah, you can't get digital copies of these tracks. Well, even
a ton of it.
No crap.
Yeah, so that's the only vinyl I buy now. It's the stuff that you can only get on vinyl because I'm not going to be gate kept by media format. So yeah.
What's one of your favorites that's been vinyl only lately? That's not leaving the deck. It's just been on there.
I got a few records from this label by the name of Perlon, and there's some like Ricardo Villalobos stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that whole record label, everything on there is fire.
What kind of genre?
It's like minimal, like Romanian minimal kind of stuff.
Romanian minimal, that's a genre.
Yeah, Ro minimal. Yeah, I play
Ro minimal.
That's what they call it, yeah.
Really?
The Romanians are just incredible with the minimal music.
I never would have thought Romanian music would be.
It's incredible. Those guys know their shit. And so it got a whole different vibe to it than the rest of the world, kind of.
Compared to even Detroit minimal or things like that.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a different kind of sound.
Can you elaborate on I just haven't heard it. I mean, I guess I could look some up too.
Yeah, it's like a lot of glitchy percussions and things in the background that aren't overwhelming, but there's usually some sort of funky bass line, but it's still kind of stripped back. And then some other elements, usually 3 elements that are really unique that are beefed up by a bunch of glitchy kind of percussion sounds in the background.
Dude,
and
I feel like we need to look this up.
Go for it. Where's your keyboard?
It's charging, so I gotta go grab that.
Yeah.
And then you can elaborate on why you think Romanians can't have minimalist music for some reason. Where did that comment come from?
I don't think that's what she said.
Explain yourself.
She just said she didn't expect the Romanians to have.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be recommended on my Spotify playlist.
Yeah, probably no. Yeah, the algorithm knows that. That's only for the weirdos out there like us, like me.
I mean, Romanian music in general, I feel wouldn't even get. I don't think that would be suggested, let alone some sort of electronic music for me.
Yeah.
Stay there, Al. You're okay. All right, let's see if this actually wants to connect. I plugged it into the back of the motherboard, and it's... Oh.
I love those little keyboards. I have one just like that for my DDR machine.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, please tell everyone about your setup.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're going to love this.
I was always like addicted to DDR growing up. Like I played in tournaments all the time and Dance Dance Revolution for anybody who doesn't know what that is. But
yeah, yeah, because some people are DDR. Is this a new drug?
Are we talking about RAM or what? Yeah, but no. So as a kid, I always wanted to have my own like arcade machine in my house, or at least like the pads, because they were the best. Like I just have the shitty plastic ones or whatever, but. Now that I'm a big kid and I had money, I got a machine. So, yeah, it's a full Supernova arcade cabinet that I converted to run Stepmania, and it's all connected to the online leaderboards. And, yeah, it's obviously I'm not playing enough of it right now. But hopefully I'll be playing some more this winter because I need to drop some pounds. So,
hey, man, you know, at the end of the day, as long as you love yourself, that's all that matters.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
And I know you do. Now. I know you do, truly. Like, I mean, someone...
I didn't always...
You know, it's a process, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a fucking process.
You just get older and it just comes a little bit more naturally. You just fall into yourself a little more.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
There's some motherfuckers out there that just don't quite figure it out.
No. Unless they've just figured out that they just want to be pieces of shit.
Yo, goddamn. Fuck you for that perspective.
Maybe that was their goal, you know?
Like, holy shit.
Yeah. It doesn't get any better for them. They're living it.
That there's people out there that might just want to aspire to be assholes.
It seems like
what the fuck? I've never thought of that because, like, I don't have that.
You know, there's a lot of people that are just like, you know, fuck it. Like, I don't care about this or that, or you know, it's like
I don't think they aspire to be that. I think they just stop giving a shit.
Man, but
it's a lack of care, not like a desire to be an asshole.
Sure, I would argue that that's kind of the same thing, but yeah.
I mean. But it kind of is the same thing.
Do you have somebody in mind? You look at me. You're looking at me like you have like a picture in your mind.
No, I don't.
Somebody you know who's a dick.
A generic fucking stick figure man with a mustache. Like, yeah. But no, it's
not
more
everybody
of
wants to be better. Not everybody wants to be better. Has a desire to grow. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that could be argued that would be an aspiration to grow up to be an asshole.
I mean, maybe some people love themselves a little too much.
Yeah.
And they don't see their faults.
Yeah.
That could be as well. Yeah. Goddamn. What the hell? We just fucking flipped the script real quick. We were going to look up Romanian minimalist music and the damn keyboard doesn't even want to work now. So that's fun. Like, we're just having all kinds of issues today.
Yeah, it's been great.
Like, it's been great. Everything's fantastic.
Who doesn't love troubleshooting, you know?
I mean, yeah, live troubleshooting. F it. So,
dude, I watched this. There was this video. Speaking of that, I saw it on Reddit. It was some techno guy that was playing live. I don't even remember his name, but long story short, his hardware, his like analog gear he was playing on, malfunctioned mid-set, and while the other drum machines and stuff were going, he got a screwdriver out and fucking unscrewed the faceplate, got in there, fucking redid the wires, and like hooked it all back up, screwed it back together, and just like kept the whole thing going.
Are you serious?
That's impressive.
It was incredible. He must have been prepared for it because he had the screwdriver ready to go. Like he must have known.
Like it's happened before.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm gonna learn from my mistakes. We're bringing a screwdriver.
Yeah. Fuck it, I'll do it live. You know.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out I don't even know where the damn receiver for this thing is right now. So.
Oh yeah. Well, we can just imagine.
Yep. There, please. Don't forget to zoom in on that face that she made.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. God damn it.
So what do you think about aliens, man? What's your take? What do you think's going on up there with the UFOs, UAPs?
Alien. Honestly, I don't understand how something else couldn't be out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Have you seen anything before?
I haven't. I haven't. Even with like. And maybe I have and just never acknowledged. You never know.
Yeah, you don't know what the things are going.
But
I think it's a satellite or whatever. But I'm gonna...
Right. Yeah. Like, oh, it's just a random light. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like whatever. But No, I can't say that I've seen like, you know, the typical 3 lights and they hover and they stay with you the whole time and then disappear instantly, like those anomalies. Mm-hmm. I've never experienced anything like that. But have you? I don't know that we've actually talked about this.
No, never with aliens. I've had some pretty significantly weird ghost run-ins all in the same house. Like,
who's to say that's not all part of the same phenomenon?
Well, there are different times.
Well, I mean, it's just ghosts and aliens. Why couldn't the ghosts be aliens?
Okay.
You know,
I mean, I suppose it could have.
Like one and the same.
Yeah, maybe it's just another dimension. They're just
you never know.
Vibrating over, you know,
dude.
But I would say on a different planet, is there life? I would say we're probably foolish to think that there's not.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I've never. I know that weren't there Muskegon lights or something in the 90s?
Yeah, there was one. Yeah, there was over Holland, I think, too. There was a big sighting over Holland that like hundreds of people saw.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And it showed up on radar too, so like they were able to track the radar data, you know, eyewitnesses, all that shit. It was in the 90s, I think.
I think there's a documentary about it, and I want to say
it was just on Netflix. Yeah.
Oh, really?
John, his dad, Big John.
Yeah.
I think he saw them, or John was telling me about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Check out Encounters on Netflix. I think that's the name of the show.
Okay.
But yeah, that was cool.
And is it just like so it's like a series and then they do each episode as like a different sighting or whatever it was? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
And it's like a lot of the big ones. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But are you following any of like the stuff that's going on in government now about the UFO transparency and all that? And
I'm not.
I'm
not. I think it's mainly because I just choose to stay ignorant of most news.
Yeah.
Because what a hellhole, but we're not going to get into that.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, let's keep talking about aliens.
Yes, no, I'm fine with that.
From the negative news.
No, exactly. Yeah, fuck
we
that
won't
shit.
say the W word or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I haven't had any anomaly. What about you? Like, have you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I just had my first one over the summer. With my girlfriend, who was very skeptical at the time, and I've been like really researching the phenomenon for like the past 2 years, pretty heavy in my free time. And long story short, we were just out on the porch and I was looking up at the sky, and I kept looking up at this one constellation. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, man, it's super clear out. You can see the stars really good.
Yeah.
And just in that same spot, this large, we don't know if it was like 40 individual red lights or if it was one craft that had like 40 lights, but it kind of looked like a stingray. So it like kind of like curved up to a point and curved back down. It was like 40 lights along the whole thing, and it was massive. It had to be, the lights were pretty faint, but it looked like it was like either in space or like up like where airplanes would be.
Really?
And it was huge. Like if it was at like airplane height, we figured it had to be like a couple 100 feet wide.
No shit.
And it like flew over from like, I think that would have been like Holland towards like Grand Rapids. And it just flew directly overhead in like less than 15 seconds. It was gone. Like, it was huge.
Really?
Yeah. And she turned to me and she was like, what the fuck was that? Like,
yeah.
We were both speechless. We didn't really even know what had just happened. But
no shit.
Yeah.
And had you heard?
So now she believes.
No, I can imagine.
That was kind of the turning point. I got to see the turning point for her. That was, yeah. I've always been pretty confident, but.
Yeah, but that was just kind of like your nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that shit's real. All right, here we go.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, here it
Take
is.
me home, Daddy.
Yeah,
like shit, bro. So I mean, with you guys seeing it, have you heard anyone else seeing the same thing that night?
No. I thought about like trying to contact like some of the buildings downtown have cameras that point at the night sky, traffic cams, things like that.
Yep,
that might have caught it, but I never followed up on that.
Well,
didn't care.
I mean,
much.
But you know the date and time.
I do. Yeah, I actually tried to take a recorder. You can't see shit, but
like from your Ring cam
from
or
my
something.
Phone. I tried to like record it.
Really?
Yeah, because we were like, what the fuck is that?
I know, and that's probably a lot of people are like, well, dude, you didn't have your phone? It's 2023.
You got an iPhone,
right? Like what the fuck?
Actually,
come on,
really
night sight, bitch.
Night,
yeah, but that digital zoom.
Yeah,
fake moon ass motherfucker.
Not really gonna do much for you.
Yeah, the moon shit. That's hilarious.
God. So, but what happened? So it wasn't able to focus on it.
Yeah,
just
you're right.
because
It was so high up. The lights were faint, but it was like solid red lights.
Yeah.
It was not drones. Like,
Damn, bro.
It was so high up there. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that shit's out there. It's all real. It's the government's slowly letting it out right now. It's going through Congress and being voted on currently.
Right.
So, yeah.
And I mean, you know, they had all those hearings and everything else, and you kind of wonder, like, why are you releasing this though? Like,
I think because they're about to get caught in something.
Yeah.
A distraction.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised
Look
that
at
they
this.
would do that.
What's that going on over here?
Okay. So this.
I know. I'm sorry. You didn't want to go here.
Well, this I did kind of want to talk about, but
Okay.
All right. So I think it does. I think part of the reason is because of what happened to the Malaysian flight that disappeared. I don't know if you've seen the videos of showing that plane like getting zapped away or whatever.
No. And I would love to show it, but
Yeah.
I don't have a fucking keyboard, you stupid.
So anyway, the evidence that's coming out now like 9-10 years later, is basically pointing to that plane being like zapped away by the U.S. government and like technology that we supposedly have. And there's an overwhelming amount of evidence that points towards this, but it's still, it's a conspiracy. There's a lot of weird shit going on the internet right now, like disinformation campaigns trying to get people to like not look into this and like trying to make it look fake, even though the debunks have all been debunked. There hasn't been a single debunk that's stuck on these videos. And
Really?
yeah, so I think they're getting close to getting busted for this, like being their technology, like the U.S. government. So,
Do you think they're gonna try and blame it on the aliens?
that's possible. Sure, yeah.
Holy
It would be
hell.
better than
maybe
admitting.
Like
it'd be
that's
better
why
than
they've been
admitting.
Is this real life?
like they've
zapped
been
away.
releasing that information to try to use it as a scapegoat.
How pissed do you think the aliens would be when they find out?
Holy fuck. I didn't even think about that.
That we framed them.
Yeah,
Ha, bitch.
we
Oh,
use
shit.
them
We're already starting
as
out
a
on a
scapegoat.
Oh yeah, and that's why they end up coming down and invading us probably. 'Cause we tried to-
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I think they're already here. Like,
Yeah, they're
if
already
they
here.
exist, they're already here. And like, they were talking about in the like Holland Lights or
Yeah.
Muskegon Lights or whatever in the 90s that they were going in and out of the water, in and out of Lake Michigan. Like,
Yeah.
if they're here, they're here.
Well,
You know?
it's been said that they would be in the water because it would be the most uniform environment to be in, depending on what planet you're in, because the water is always going to be basically the same, especially when you get down to certain depths. It's like pretty much the same on any planet.
Yeah.
The difference of like maybe a couple minerals here and there. So if they can survive in water on another planet, they can survive in our water just fine. Maybe not our air so much, but our water is going to be
Well,
pretty
our
much the
air,
same.
well, we're not even really able to.
Yeah, we suck at
We're,
breathing this
we're
air
starting
too.
to get to a point where our air sucks too.
Yeah, we did it to ourselves.
I mean,
Are you
true.
sitting on it?
No, I'm not.
What? There's something though.
I know.
Oh, okay.
That's something planted for later. They just, and I have this.
And I got this, you bastards.
Yeah.
No, that really sucks that I can't find that receiver for this all of a sudden, but because I wanted to look up all this shit that we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Like, because I haven't seen any of the videos from this Malaysian thing.
I can just pull it up here, and you can in post. You can just plop the video on top of it or something.
I mean, true, we can. We've done it before.
Yeah.
We've done it
no
before.
sound to
Episode
it,
number
so-
1.
And by
Oh, there's
we,
no
you
sound
mean
even.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just
No,
like
that's
video
fine.
from like a U.S. drone and satellite.
No,
so-
it's perfect. We even debated on putting like the Chromecast on here so we
Yeah.
could just cast from the damn phone.
Yeah, just check that
All
out.
right,
So,
so
there's a plane, and
you're seeing a plane fly through the air.
there's actually smoke trails because the plane was supposedly on fire at this point from a lithium battery fire and its
Okay.
cargo hold. They're not contrails because it was at a low altitude that contrails couldn't have formed.
Oh, whoa.
That.
And then these 3 orbs appear, and if you actually look at the thermal, you can see the lines, like the path of the orbs is actually in front of them as if they're like being pulled. Like it's not like propulsion, it's like being pulled by
Yeah.
gravity.
What the fuck?
So
Sort
this,
of heat.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
so did it just happen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, this plane was on fire, and it had like I think it was like 20 or 30 different scientists from this company called Freescale Semiconductors, which is basically the U.S. government had contracted to study like anti-gravity.
Okay.
And yeah, they were flying to China, and this plane caught on fire. So there's a lot of theories on what happened to it, but it seems to be that the government wanted to save those scientists because they were working on their project.
Yeah,
What is that?
it was the Benz next door.
Oh.
People do live next door to us.
No, it's the government now.
I know, like what a time for the damn some fucking person to be rattling around in their trash can, and the lady's like, "You hear that? They're already here.
Yeah,
I haven't even posted the episode
shit.
yet."
Yeah, they're watching. They're always watching.
Dude, but holy fucking shit. No, I mean, and to see even in the thermal that not only was it
was cold.
it was cold.
Yeah, it's an endothermic.
It was
event.
cold because it was black.
Yes.
That little poof
Yeah.
that you saw.
Yeah. It's not an
was-
explosion. It would have been
No.
hot. So
Yup.
yeah, that was endothermic.
Like time travel. Like, I mean, I understand that I have Back to the Future and like I'm a Back to the Future freak.
Yeah.
But dude,
Yeah.
that motherfucker was cold when it came back.
Yeah.
Like,
Actually, if you slow down and take that frame by frame, the plane and the orbs shrink. And,
Yes.
And it all like collapses. It's yeah, it's
like
very,
it went through a
Like a
portal.
wormhole.
yeah, or just teleportation like beyond
Instantaneous.
And
superluminal
when did-
speeds.
When did that happen?
2014, March 8th.
I
was when that
vaguely
plane-
remember hearing about a plane
plane disappeared,
disappearing.
and then there's a big search, and they never found any
Nothing.
debris field. They never found the black box.
Nothing.
And
I'd never
they only
heard of any of
found a couple
that.
parts, but the parts they did find were like they showed evidence of the fire story and like burn marks and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, some weird shit going on. There's a lot. Yeah, the internet is
God damn.
like very polarized over that being fake or real at this moment. So
I mean, I can understand.
I mean, you want it to be fake, right? Fuck yeah, I do not want that to be real, but
I don't want any government to have that kind of technology.
it just zap you away.
If
yeah.
they can just disappear you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
A
bye.
whole plane
No.
full of people. Yeah. You never know.
That's when you buy like 100 acres in the middle of nowhere and you just go out there and you don't.
But maybe that
Don't talk to
technology means we
anyone.
have free energy capability. So that would be a positive outcome of that.
I mean, there's always two sides of the coin.
yeah, they're always going to
but
try to weaponize it, but
Well, we were
maybe-
how
talking.
can we make military money off
yeah, how
this?
can we charge like keep us on fossil fuels or whatever? But
Yep.
We were talking about hydrogen cars and how
yeah, that's cool.
electric cars, just based on the amount of batteries we could make if we mined everything that we had, electric cars just aren't. They're not
Oh,
a sustainable option for everybody. So we were talking about
no.
alternative methods of energy. We were talking about the couple people who have come out and said, "Oh, I've created a perpetual energy machine
Oh,
with
yeah,
magnets."
the water guy too. that
Yeah.
and then they
disappeared.
end up dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Well, because we were talking about how Australia, I think it was Nissan that released
Nissan
their.
or Toyota? It was the hydrogen car.
I know it
I
was
saw
a
that, I saw
Japanese
that,
brand.
yeah. Mhm.
And yeah, they released a hydrogen car, and
Did they release it or just announce it? I thought they just announced it. Is it?
They're-
they
they're, like,
definitely
doing-
tested
They're
it.
at
I
least
think.
doing trials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But we got on that topic, and then we were talking about how they're gonna keep it it's not gonna be very powerful because
Well, the
It
oil
can't.
industry will.
they'll destroy
They
them.
don't want that.
Oh yeah, no, you want to unalive somebody? That's how you do it.
Yeah, you
Make
go
a
into
powerful
oil
hydrogen car.
Yeah.
But
I drive my mini bomb to work.
yeah, legit. I mean, legit, like for real.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why this one has gotten so far
Mhm.
when it's been something they've been trying to keep hush and suppressed for so long. Because it's been around for what? I mean, that guy disappeared in like 93, 94.
think it all stems to disclosure in the long run, because I think we have technology that they're trying to like bleed out slowly. I
Yeah.
think we're about at the point with AI to where it's going to be impossible to like hide the truth of like what's possible with science and stuff. So
Yeah.
like eventually the oil's going to be dead. And
Oh no, absolutely.
so,
That's
and we'll have AI powerful enough to help us figure out shit way faster, like within the next year, 2 years,
right.
if it doesn't kill us first. You know, but,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's always the question. It's like, are we going to be murdered by it?
yeah.
Or is someone going to figure out something with it?
I like to hope we'll use AI to like better ourselves,
The
on our
betterment,
planet,
for
but,
sure.
You know,
On an individual level, I think that is absolutely realistic. But when you get a hive mindset behind something as powerful as that, let alone when quantum computing becomes a fucking thing, which is probably going to be in the next year or two. I mean, let's be honest, IBM is finally talking about it. So, like,
quantum
think-
stuff is wild.
As long as there's a market and people can make money. Electric vehicles have been around since the early 1900s. This is not anything new,
true.
but there wasn't a market for that then. And then
Right.
we expanded west, and everything out west started to grow, and therefore we needed trains. But then they kind of stopped making trains to force personal vehicles, and then oil builds up on top of that, and like there's this whole setup that has been created in order to sell you a car and then basically have a lifelong subscription to gas and oil.
Yeah.
It's the OG subscription.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You buy something that you have to purchase a consumable in
Just
order
Final
to
Fantasy 14 in a vehicle.
For real.
So
God damn it.
now that you have a hydrogen car or electric car, there's a product that has a product attached to it, which is the most genius way to produce demand for something. You sell something that needs something else that you're also going to sell.
Right.
So as long as there's something they can monetize, they don't want free energy. They don't want you to buy something and then not have to pay for it after the fact. They want you to be they want that subscription model where you have to buy something. Hydrogen, you still have to refuel.
Yeah.
Electric, you have to refuel.
Yep.
Gas, diesel, you have to refuel. Diesel's a little different because we were talking about making diesel.
Yeah.
You can do that from waste products, but free engines, like free energy engines, magnetic engines, that kind of stuff, I don't see that happening.
Well,
Is that
unless
her?
Tesla was right.
Yeah, and Nikola Tesla.
Yeah. Unless he was right, and it's all around us at all times. And
As far as like energy.
Yeah.
It's just how do you harness it?
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe that's what we got to figure out.
Well, he knew that.
Yeah, supposedly.
He knew how to do that. There was actually, he had plans for a free energy machine.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yep.
See, that I
Among
did
other
not
things
know.
like death rays. Like
You know
he
who
wasn't
ended
just.
up in
I knew
possession-
about the death ray.
Yeah.
You know who ended up in possession of Nikola Tesla's files, paperwork?
Probably
Say
Edison. Or is it the government?
It was actually Donald Trump's dad or something
Fuck
like that.
off.
Yeah, or his
Seriously?
grandpa or something like that. Yeah. I mean,
Holy
I don't want to
shit.
talk about politics, but
No, not
but
at all.
This is more about Tesla and where his files ended up. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was like his grandpa or something was who those files went to.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was just so bizarre. So
Holy
everything's
shit.
connected. It's so weird.
It is fucking.
It's
What
so
the
weird.
fuck?
It's so weird.
Tell me the Illuminati is fucking non-existent.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I mean, Tesla died a very old, very thin, poor man. And he had all of this knowledge that just never got picked up for whatever. How do you make money off free energy?
That's
You know?
exactly
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah, but
Yeah,
if he
exactly.
was
We
all
can talk
around
about
us-
pyramids and how pyramids were built to focus energy.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's-
that would be up your alley.
It certainly seems like it, the way they're built and
Yeah, the true north and the like
They're
everything's
built
in
in
the
a specific
correct.
line.
They're all over the world, built the same way.
In different cultures, built in very similar time frames.
Yeah.
There's carvings all over the world.
Civilizations weren't in contact with each other. But no, they had to have been.
But they all mention a great flood.
Somehow.
I think the flood part is the most interesting for me.
Yeah.
That there was like this massive flood worldwide
Yeah. Definitely
that
was.
all of these cultures experienced. So
Yeah, it was called what?
It was at the end
can't
of the
remember.
Younger Dryas period.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what they called it, is the Younger Dryas, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, I think
It's
that
like
was,
a Younger Dryas theory, correct?
Yeah, there was, I thought I could definitely be wrong here, but I thought Younger Dryas was kind of like a time period, kind of like the Pleistocene. And
It's
all
very
that.
possible.
And this was like an event that basically ended that era, but I don't
It was like 10,000
Right.
But yes, there was
years,
a big flood.
Something like
10
that.
to 15,000 years ago. And all different cultures across the world, they all have, not all of them, but there are mentions of some sort of catastrophic flood. And there's movement from like sea level areas,
Yeah.
like a huge push to higher, like mountainous regions. And then there's some that actually went down and like they went up into a mountain and then they dug gigantic tunnels and caverns and stuff where
Yep.
tens of thousands of people lived underground.
There in Kuyu.
Yeah, there's some really like wild stuff that they found.
Yeah, those underground cities that, were home to like 30,000 people or something underground. Yeah, it's old school bunkers. I mean, and they theorize that could have also just been their safe place to hide during like wartime and stuff.
Sure.
Too. But
Like a giant panic room for the city or whatever.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't want to try and fight a battle inside of a giant tunnel system.
There were supposed to be like traps or something, like if you try to like get
I wouldn't
in,
doubt
but,
that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. But yeah. What do you think about that? The flood and maybe the eye of the Sahara being Atlantis?
Personally, I like the idea
Yeah.
of the Atlantis, especially from some of the drawings that were made.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't remember who did the drawings, but they actually visited Atlantis and they drew the 3 rings. And when you go through the Sahara, you can see the giant rings, and there's all sorts of artifacts and stuff that they're digging up. But the Sahara used to be underwater.
Yeah.
Right.
So it would make sense if that's the drawing, if that was Atlantis, and
Yeah,
that's
like
where they
that.
went. And it was like 3 rings.
Yep.
I have Sahara.
And I don't know if that was like a meteor strike that then caused the rings. I don't know if those were man-made. I don't know a ton about it.
They proved that it was formed by like, well, the rocks were there and there was land. There was 3 circles of land, but
Yeah.
there used to also be water there. But you can tell from the way the waves washed over the Sahara. Basically, there's it kind of looks the way wind blows sand, but it's more deliberate, like you'd see on a beach or like
Okay.
underwater. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, it's interesting. I think there's a good chance that could have been it, or Atlantis was somewhere else. But
So, and they're currently doing excavation over there now, or
I
is
don't
it
know.
been like
They-
deemed, oh, it's too historical or whatever, and they don't want to touch it?
I don't know what the deal is. I think it's just kind of like there's not much there anymore because it all got wiped out by the flood.
I mean, it's all desert.
Yeah, it's all just.
But there
desert,
are
yeah.
people who are there excavating. At least
Yeah,
the
that's
last
what I'm
time I
wondering,
checked, I
like-
think there was somebody there with like a project group that was working to find artifacts to actually definitively say, yes, this is Atlantis, or no, it's not Atlantis.
Right.
But archaeologists, as we've discovered
Or
over
liars.
the last 10, 15 years, they, maybe too harsh of a word, they are indoctrinated into a way of thought through education, in which I understand this is what we know, but like to say definitive, especially with something like science or archaeology, you don't know shit.
Something
like
with,
this is
where
what we
only
know
a
this
theory
far.
is
Thus
backing
far.
you.
Yeah, like this is the evidence we have up to this point.
Right.
Some of it may, we may have interpreted it incorrectly.
And
And
that's
my-
what we threw away, so you can't look at it.
For real.
I think my favorite example is, I want to say it was a piece of bone that had carved lines on it. And there was a woman sitting in the audience, and this guy was presenting this bone.
Okay. Of
And
course.
and there were like 28 notches on it. And he had, this is this and this and this. And there was a woman in the audience who was like, "Excuse me, sir, I think that's a woman tracking her cycle." And it was a woman counting the days between her period.
No shit.
Really?
Yeah. But when you come
into her bone, wait,
just as a little calendar.
oh, she was carving it into bone.
Yeah, she was carving it into bone.
Yeah, okay.
No,
What did you
periods
think
back
I
in the day
said?
Into her own hand. I was like,
No,
oh, God,
no,
why
this is
did
me
you do
holding the
that?
bone.
God,
This is my
geez.
period bone.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna
goddamn.
notch my arm.
Yeah, here, we'll take it
Some
out.
people are into that, you know.
No.
I mean,
But I think there's a perspective that I think when you have a diverse group of people
yeah.
who are coming at it from very different perspectives and different cultures, different backgrounds, you're probably going to get a lot closer to what is actually true about that object. But when you have a male, white, centric idea of something and that's it, and you don't allow anybody else to come in,
Yeah.
I would call that indoctrination. Like, that's not, to me, that's not archaeology. That's not what it's supposed to be about. So, have you seen the Netflix special with, God, what is his name? Graham something. An older guy who archaeologists absolutely hate. He was absolutely on Rogan.
Yes. Wow.
Graham something.
Can't think of his name.
But he talks about the Younger Dryas, and he
Yes.
travels the world to look at different structures around the globe to try and figure out he's much more open-minded, and like, he doesn't say this is what we know and that's it.
Yeah.
Which to me, that's not archaeology. Archaeology is a world of possibilities, and you just discover things.
Yeah.
You can make your best guess.
Here's the evidence.
Yeah, like this is what we found, and we're open to hearing conversations about that. You can't just like definitively say that's what that is.
Right.
Like,
No, absolutely.
I like him.
So I find him very interesting, and I really enjoyed. We'll have to find it. His Netflix special was very interesting.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, my phone's over there. I mean, we could Google it.
Technology.
We have the technology.
If only we had the technology to connect the technology.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna hear the end of that until I find the receiver for this fucking controller. I literally bought this
that's
thing.
what will stop it.
Won't. No, vanilla shrimp.
Graham Hancock.
Yes. Yes.
Hancock.
I'm surprised nobody's tried to murder him yet. If I'm being completely honest.
I think he's too public right now.
Now he is, yeah. 15 years ago he wasn't.
Oh yeah, he'd have been goned.
Yeah, his Netflix special for sure, and then Rogan, and like,
oh yeah,
his status has definitely been
if
elevated.
you disappear after Rogan, there's an issue.
I think it's just harder to make people disappear now with technology, and if you're in that much of the limelight, it'd be hard to make you disappear. In the 90s,
unless you got
a lot
3
easier.
orbs that can just like zap somebody.
True.
Yeah.
That's a little
do that and
scary.
do it over the
But I
ocean.
don't think the government wants more footage of that right now.
No.
So
I'm
maybe we
curious
don't
where
do
they
that.
got like the origin of that footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have some background on that too. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
please!
Yeah. So
Enlighten us
That
more.
was great.
It's a call. This is what they call in podcasting a callback.
Yeah. So the theory now is that it was this guy named Lieutenant Commander Edward C. Lynn, and he was very high ranking in the Navy. Shortly after those videos were leaked, he was on trial for espionage.
How convenient.
And it was the only case of espionage since like I don't even remember, some Cold War maybe, or it's like even like World War II possibly. But yeah, they threw the book at him and tried to stack on all these other BS charges like prostitution and stuff, just to, like make him
Really?
look bad or whatever. But he ended up going to jail for like many years. I think he took a plea deal after 8 years.
And probably part of it was you can't talk about this ever.
Probably, but yeah, the whole like defense was he leaked classified information, and that was publicly available on the internet at the time.
Yeah,
the videos were uploaded
clearly,
then,
and you can't scrub it.
And he went to jail. So yeah. So
now, do you know if he's spoken out since he's been released?
Nobody knows where he is.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, if I were that dude, I'd be out in the middle of nowhere with a different name. I
They might
wouldn't
have put him in
want.
witness protection or something. You know, you never know.
Well, I mean, do you trust the government that fucking jailed you
Fuck
for releasing that information?
No.
Like, I mean,
Keep you
what the
safe.
fuck?
I would just straight up disappear.
Yeah, there's no proof that those were the videos he leaked, but what other fucking videos would it be? So, like, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe
Yeah,
I
man.
hope that they're fake. So,
I mean, again,
That
like
shit's
you
spooky.
said, that's what you hope for. But I mean,
I
when the
remain skeptical
evidence,
until the end, but the evidence is
you have to be. That's literally the only logical way to be is skeptical.
Well, you could throw people in jail for less evidence than exists for this case, like for any other crime. You know, you have an eyewitness here, and you have piece of textual evidence that puts you in that place. Yeah, you're guilty. Sorry, you're going to jail.
Yeah, like you're gone.
Yeah,
You're gone.
but no, when it comes to the U.S. government, we could have 40 pieces of evidence, but if there's nothing to back that up against,
Yep.
what do you know?
Nothing. Literally nothing.
They're innocent. It's fine.
God damn.
I like to think about in 40 years, what are we going to look back on and be like, the fuck were they trying to sell us?
For real.
Or stuff that
Yeah.
that was so obviously
Excuse me.
real that people discredited. Like the government coming back with aliens.
Right.
Like the fact that they released a bunch of information over COVID and, now they're starting to like, yes,
Yep.
aliens are real. And I'm just like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you've been
what
hiding
are
for
you
80
trying
years,
to
and
do?
now all of a sudden you're going to tell us it's been real, but you're not going to give us any information about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Why can't we know?
Yeah.
Why can't we know what's going on with it, but we can know that it's a thing that's going on?
That it is
Yeah.
a thing that is going
Well,
on.
I love that collectively, at least in American culture, everyone was just like, no,
Mhm.
no, we don't accept this. Like,
Yeah.
we already know, but what? No. Like, they immediately knew
Yeah.
some bullshit
Yep.
was happening
Yeah.
and just rejected it. Like, no, we do not accept this as a distraction. Like, thank you for confirming, but we kind of already knew
Yeah, we
that.
all-
So,
Yeah, the
like, what are
smoke
you
and
trying to get away
mirrors.
with?
The smoke and mirrors isn't working as
Oh, you
much as
guys
it
were
used
hiding
to.
that? Oh, none of us had any
Yeah.
idea.
It's like
Wow.
a little kid coming up with a story on the playground. That's what it feels like to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Like, Timmy hit me, and it's like, I saw you cold cock him from here.
Yeah,
You little shit.
Motherfucker.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like they punched a kid on the playground and they don't want us to know.
Yep. Yep.
So in
God
40
damn.
years,
What
when
do
we look back on that story, what is the actual truth? It's like looking back on Kennedy assassination and
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe and all that.
Oh,
We
yeah, why
look back
can't
and
we
we're
look
like,
at those files still?
No, for real.
well, the ones that you can, they're all blacked out anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Redacted.
So fucking
Mm-hmm.
stupid.
Redacted.
Fucking stupid.
Okay.
I hope we look back and don't regret much, but I think we probably will. Yeah.
I mean, but I wonder if there's any generation aside from our parents' generation at this point, like that look back and don't have regrets.
Hmm.
Like you hope there's more than just us potentially.
What do you think our regrets will be as a generation? Not telling
Oh,
boomers to
man.
fuck off sooner.
You know,
Creating social media, probably. That's
Oh,
probably a bad
God.
idea. Yeah, that's kind of become a toxic
oh my god, it's a cesspool,
It's a
cesspool
dumpster
of-
fire for sure.
Echo chambers, and
dude, and virtue signaling.
it's just so.
It's very easy to fall down a rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole QAnon thing. Have you seen the documentary about QAnon too?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh god,
That-
Yeah.
I think that's on HBO.
yeah, it's on Max. It's on the Max.
Whatever the name is
I
now.
don't fucking know. They're changing names every day.
I think you would really very much enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's by the end you have a pretty good idea who Q is
Yeah.
and about how all of it fits together in the political scope of what all happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I thought it was interesting. To me,
It
this
was,
stuff is just
no.
literally a reality show that I'm watching at this point. Like, I don't take any of it too seriously. It's just
No.
like,
Yeah.
that sounds like a thing that would happen.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
of course.
Sure.
Nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing
No.
surprises me. Yeah, I mean, I like just hearing conspiracy theories. Just it could be a good story, or, at the very least.
Exactly. And I mean, if anything else, maybe it shifts your perspective a little bit too.
I'll keep my options open. Like, I'm not gonna dismiss anything until there's actual proof. Until then, it's a good story at the very least. So,
Absolutely.
It's
enjoy it for what it is.
entertainment.
Yeah, it's entertainment. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially at this point, because anything that doesn't fit in the narrative becomes a conspiracy
Yeah.
in an effort to
Yeah.
discredit.
Something else.
And then come to find out, when you look back at all the conspiracies in the last, 30, 40
Huh, it
years,
really actually
Yeah.
adds up, huh?
and then a lot of them start to make sense, and it's like, ooh,
Damn
like
it.
you can't use that anymore
This
because
is trending.
now.
This
Yeah.
is trending.
But I think that's in part why we have a lot of the problems we have, is because they tried to use that as a scapegoat, and
Right.
now everything's a conspiracy and everyone's a conspiracist and like you're crazy
You
and
can't trust anything on the internet.
yeah,
It's all
you can't
fake
trust,
news.
and that's what it is. It's just it's there to keep people from trusting the media, and you can't trust your neighbor because they're out to get you. Like,
Right.
if you look at the crime statistics for the last 30 years, we literally are like, we're in the safest position that we've ever been
As a society.
as a society.
Yeah.
Everyone is more terrified than ever.
Yep.
How does that happen?
One could
It's
argue.
media
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
government. That's
Oh yeah,
money.
that's
how that works.
yeah, that's how that works. Absolutely agree. One could argue the mentality of being scared makes us safer too, because I'm not going to approach you because now I'm scared of you, but you're not going to do the same thing because you're scared of me.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's driven us to a more secluded lifestyle
Yes.
now. And I mean, I think we were already heading that way. And then when the pandemic hit, we just instantly went into, okay, this is normal now.
Mhm.
Yep. Secluded and divisive.
Yeah.
It's hard to fight people who are fighting, or it's easy to
Themselves.
fight people who are fighting each other already.
Absolutely.
Have you seen the new movie on Netflix, Leave the World Behind?
We don't have
I've
Netflix
heard
anymore
about this. Is
since
that
their
the
new
Julia
rule.
Roberts?
Yes. Yeah. The Obama's.
I know. Yeah, you're the
produced this
trailer
one?
queen.
I do. I love trailers.
She's the trailer queen.
Sometimes they're better
That's
than the
not a
movies.
dirty derogative term. The trailer queen could be something totally different. Yeah, there it is. Now they clicked in the
I'm like,
Tismus
queen of
brain.
trailers, Yeah.
There it is.
But
We got there.
But no, what is it
it
about?
connects to basically what you said. The easiest way to attack an enemy is to make them attack themselves until they're vulnerable. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'd never like give spoilers, but the
No,
whole
for
premise
sure.
is basically power goes out and the world goes crazy, and nobody really knows what caused it or who caused it or what country caused anything. And even
Yeah.
by the end of it, I don't think it's clear. So
Of course not.
but they say in there that the government was trying to find the easiest way or the cheapest way to bring down another country. And what they decided on was essentially take out all of their power, like kill all their power and communications,
Yeah.
and then confuse them with whatever stories you want, disinformation campaigns
Yeah.
of sorts.
Social
And then
media.
Eventually, they will just end up in a civil war
Yeah.
because, you just divided them and took away all their power and electricity and everything.
All their
and
comforts.
all
Yeah.
their comforts, and then they have to fight until because nobody feels safe anymore,
Yeah.
and they're not safe from each other. And
Yeah. Sounds a little familiar.
yeah.
I will say that since I moved into this house, which was about a decade ago, a little bit more than that, but we used to lose power all the time. And there were two times where it was extended. One I think was for 4 days, and that was in the dead of winter. I was the only person who stayed in their house.
It
This
sucks,
whole
doesn't
street,
it?
everyone left.
Yeah.
Except for me. I stayed in 40-degree weather to make sure my house was okay.
Yep.
Because if once everybody leaves,
Who's looking after it?
Who's looking after your shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, one, I don't really have anywhere else that I would want to go.
Fair.
And two, I was so paranoid because it was within the first few years that I bought this house. I was so paranoid about like pipes freezing and
Oh yeah.
so not only was I nervous that somebody was going to come in and like, this is my space.
Take
I don't
my
want
shit.
somebody coming in just violating that space.
Yep.
Not only that, but taking my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then if something happens, I'm not here to do anything about it.
Right.
So I stayed for 4 days and I slept in the basement in one of my, because I camp a lot. So I have, like 0-degree bags and stuff. So
Oh, nice.
I literally slept in the basement with Al, She was here with me.
Yeah.
I was boiling pots of water on the stove.
She's sleeping right now, if you can hear her snoring.
But it happened in the summer too. We lost power for almost a week.
Yeah, that sucks too.
And it was literally me. I think my neighbor stayed, and we were like cooking on a fire in the backyard, just happy as clams. The whole street was gone. Like anybody who didn't have power, they were either at their family's house, and I'm just like, people cannot seem to be uncomfortable for even like a minute amount of time.
Yeah,
They just get bored and they go crazy, and it's like, we used to build pyramids, people.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, I mean, not Americans. They would never do that shit.
and let's be fair, I think a lot of those people were enslaved who did that.
Yeah.
But they had medical attention, like they were setting bones and shit. But like, anyway, I digress.
There's another theory they were paid workers. I like that theory better. But
That's
I think
good.
they
Yeah,
probably
I like
said
that.
something.
Yep, that's the
They didn't
theory
have a
of
lot
this
of gold back
podcast.
then, but
Yeah.
Gold.
they had a lot of gold to be handed out.
They had some pretty cool technologies back then just for like medicine and like mending bones, and they've found plates, like copper plates and stuff.
Really?
Yes. In like holding bones together.
Damn.
Yeah, some pretty wild stuff.
They out here, they knew shit.
But think
I would
about
argue
it, though.
they may know more
If
than
you're
we
gonna
do.
use men or women or humans, I guess, to build the pyramids,
Humans.
then I mean, does it really make sense to use slaves? Because they're gonna be unhappy. Like,
Right.
probably not gonna have the longevity to get the job done. 'cause
No,
you're
exactly.
beating them all the time and whatnot.
And
so-
I mean, are you going to also use that kind of medical technology on slaves? No, you're going to just go, okay, you're
it'd be
done.
easier to
Bring in the new
yours.
one.
Yeah.
You're not going to spend the time and effort and the literally months of healing that's going to take.
Mhm.
You do that for somebody who is a part of your community, a part of your family, a part of your group.
Certainly sounds
So-
nicer.
That sounds nicer. but-
My theory is correct. No, I mean, yeah. But no, I mean, it just makes sense logically.
Mhm.
But yeah, who really fucking knows? You know, we'll only maybe, hopefully, get to find out after we die. Who fucking knows? Maybe we get to ask the cosmos one question when we pass
Is that the
on.
one you choose? How
I don't
I was over the
fucking-
beer
Yeah, no.
I said I'm gonna
I'm
find
gonna
out.
go out
Find
here.
We
out.
want to know.
That's all I care about. I know I can't tell anyone, but I need to know. But no, honestly though, like if you could get like one question answered,
Mm.
what would it be?
Why?
Just in general?
Why do we exist?
Fair. Yeah, it's the most broad existential question,
I don't
but
care who made us. Why?
why?
Why are we here?
True.
Why do we have souls?
We all have
Where do they
that.
go? Is it all connected? Are
For real.
That's multiple questions. I just
That
like
you
to
are,
know,
you
I know.
are,
But
you
I just
are
wanna know
kinda
why.
flex.
Just why?
But yeah. What about you? I've never asked you this.
What question would I ask?
Yeah, if you could ask one question to the cosmos and it would give you the most truthful answer. It'll give you a Tismus answer. It'll know you to a T and it'll give you all the details you require.
I'm honestly gonna have to think about that.
Okay. Well, we can revisit
Maybe
that
I'm
one
taking it
another.
too seriously, but yeah, I feel like
Well, I expected you to take it seriously though.
Yeah.
Like I don't know you.
Yeah.
Like I knew you.
I'm gonna have to think about that one.
So we'll have to do that on another episode. So now it's got to be chronological. It can't be.
That's up to you.
I know. I'm gonna have to remember
How
that.
many
now.
episodes does it take for her to think of an answer?
Shit. Damn challenge. That'll be the Spotify
3 years
question.
from now, I still not sure what I'd ask.
I mean, that's
It's gonna be 6 years, and we haven't posted an episode in 5. And I'm gonna post one episode. 13 people are gonna get a notification that Thicc and Meaty posted a new episode. It's only gonna be your answer. There's not even gonna be any other context. It's just gonna be your answer.
Somebody will
Yeah.
get it. Somebody will get it.
One person will get it.
I'll get it.
See? Yes.
I'll be the one person.
Achieved.
nice. Well, like if I'm gonna put in the work, if we do get to answer or we do get to ask a question at the end,
Yeah.
I will know.
Yo, you'll be prepared.
Yeah, I will absolutely. That's why I'm
You
like,
won't ham and
I gotta
cheese
think
it.
about it. No ham and cheese.
No ham and cheese.
No, he has no idea what that.
I know.
That's
We
okay.
haven't explained it yet.
No, ham and cheese.
We will.
God, yeah.
Do you want to explain it right now?
I can. Do you want to know what ham
Do
and
you wanna
cheese
give him, like,
means?
I
quick
love
rundown?
ham and cheese, so I'd love to know.
Yes. Okay.
So it's something in our friend group. We used to do a podcast called The Court of Nerds.
Mhm.
So there's like a group of us,
I remember.
And
I remember.
One of the guys, John, who actually lives right down the road from us, we work together. We all work together at the same place. We went out for lunch one day to a local place around here, but I thought it was like a sit down type deal where you get a menu and you know, but this is like classic West Michigan place that everybody goes. And I was like, oh, good. Well, me being me, I'm just like, I'm going to find out what I want before I get there so I don't have like menu anxiety.
Yeah.
And so I knew exactly what I want. I looked on their website. The website looked clean, fresh, new. It was like, all right, we're good to go. Like, no anxiety. I don't even need to look at a menu.
Got 'em.
It's lunch. We're going to get in, get out, get back to work. I get there. It's a fucking cafeteria line.
Nice.
And I'm like, I know what I want. I know what I want. There was an omelet. It was some sort of like garden omelet or something. But in a cafeteria, you've got like, they weren't even, this place is so freaking old. It has like the little letters that like stick.
Ah, yeah.
No mention of the omelet that I've seen listed online.
Multiple websites.
I've checked their Google.
This was not their menu.
This was not the menu that I saw.
No.
And I started to panic, and it's like cattle to slaughter, like they're pumping you through.
Yeah, you're in line. You better be ready.
And I'm looking at this menu, and I'm like, there's the one that I want. And I'm like silently dying inside. John's just like, hey, we're here, you know, because he grew up here.
Yeah.
Like, la la la, let's go. And so I'm looking, and we're moving very quickly, and I'm just like, I don't know what to order. And it was a Mexican guy behind the line, and he's like, you know, what do you want? And I was like, omelet. And he goes, ham and cheese? And I went, yes. So after that, we sat down, and John was like, was that what you wanted? And I just went, no.
So sad.
I was like, no, it's literally
ham and cheese.
It was
yeah.
You guessed it, sir.
That's it.
You're a genius.
And it was literally like, it looked like Spam and American cheese.
Velveeta.
That was it. And I was like, I paid too much for that. Yeah. And so now,
God damn it.
After I told that story, I think I told it on a podcast.
Of course you did.
Our buddy Drew, now it's like become this thing that we all say, like, oh, you ham and cheese that, didn't you? And it's not just, they don't say it just for me, they say it for other people, like, I ham and cheese that.
Oh, yeah.
And most people don't even know, like,
they have no idea what that means.
It's just like the last minute panic, like, you're just like, I don't know if I can,
Yeah, ham and cheese.
It's the anxious decision you make in a moment when you have to make a decision that eventually you go, I regret like why
what the
you
fuck?
have to make a decision, so you make a decision and you end up regretting it, so you ham and cheese. Ham
and cheesed it.
Wow.
So I bequeath that to you.
And the rest of the podcast audience. Now everyone knows when we say ham and cheese, we're just meant we fucked it up.
I feel like that's a moment that most people can relate to.
Everybody has that.
Yes.
Even if they say they don't, they're lying.
Yeah. We're all weird. We're all weirder than other people think.
Legitimately. Dude. Yeah, no. And the other thing is, like, the person next to you is just as weird as you are.
Yeah, just as fucking weird.
They're all fucking masking, goddammit.
Yeah. We're all just trying to be as normal as we think we should be. But
fuck that.
I mean, yeah.
Society, man.
But I mean, that's again with the self-growth and everything else. It all.
I put pants on today more for you than for me. You know,
same.
So, like,
oh, look at us.
Yeah, I could have just came over here in my boxer briefs.
You fucking could have, and I would have welcomed it.
But, you know.
We would have talked about it later. I would have been like, that was
would have heard about it.
Weird, but,
like, oh, I didn't know you lived with a woman anymore.
Boxers, like, I guess.
All right. Well, this is...
March to the beat of your own drum, dude.
We're in for it.
You do you.
But, yeah.
But no, and then I actually, when I have guests on, I know we're going to wrap it up here because I know you said I got you till about 4, and I think we're getting there.
At 4.
We're at 4. one question.
Yeah.
If you could master a skill instantaneously, just one, what skill would it be and why?
I would just say playing the stock market.
Ooh, I don't think we need to even ask why.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a really good one. I would have never. I was thinking like, okay, World War III is on its way. Yeah, I want to learn how to forge knives and blades.
If you learn how to, work the system and get the money for free, then
You
then
just
you can
pay
do
somebody
whatever
to do
you
that.
want.
yeah, you spend your time
Oh,
We got
learning whatever you
markers.
want.
Oh,
The
no.
dogs say.
Dog chaos.
Oh my God. Well, I guess.
Yeah.
Dude, Adam, let's go ahead and plug your stuff while the dogs are barking.
Yeah, perfect.
Enough.
JB.
But no, where can everyone find you? Your Twitch, your SoundCloud, all that.
Twitch.tv/DJ Adam Ortiz. SoundCloud.com, same thing, /DJ Adam Ortiz. I think I'm the same thing on. Nope, that's not true. Instagram, DJ Ortiz 616. And
Okay.
yeah, if you're in Grand Rapids, I'll be throwing a party at Billy's on January 6th with Beretta Music, Ryan Sidoris, and Antonio Lombardo. And then February 9th, I believe it is, I'll be in Detroit at Speaker Box for Asher Perkins' Beretta Gray release party, playing with Asher Perkins and Ryan Sidoris and Brian Kage.
Hell yeah, man.
So, yeah.
That's fucking fantastic. Well, I gotta say, like, I am super proud to see where your career has been, where you've come from, and where
Thanks,
you're
man.
going. Like,
Yeah, it's been a fun ride.
very impressive, man.
Yeah.
Super proud to know you as not only a friend, but a fellow person in the music community.
Yeah.
And,
A weirdo, nerd.
dude, and I want to thank you as well for taking the time out of your day to spend time with me and my amazing, lovely lady.
Yeah, it was great to meet her.
Dude, and like just helping out the podcast as well by being here, man.
Absolutely. Does
Like-
that mean you're going to come play my stream, play some music?
I definitely am gonna come play the stream.
You can, you take your time.
I
with
know,
it when
I
you're
know,
ready.
I know.
I've only been asking
I
you
know.
for a year, so you got plenty of time still.
I know. We'll get there.
Yeah, what
we'll
if I
get there.
disappear next week?
God damn it!
And then you're like, no, I never played his fucking stream.
I fucked it up.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Damn.
You know.
Damn, I just got guilted. But yo, with me getting guilted into that, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see y'all soon. Bye. Dude, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was fucking. Aside from all the troubleshooting.